But you are an awesome guy and an awesome friend to Charlie, and now I count you as a friend. We now talk every day on the phone. I mean, where were you my whole life, Lenny?
Well, I'm glad to be on the winning team now. Well, I'm actually always on the winning team. But hey, listen, I appreciate you having me on. And again, all the things that you did say about Charlie Sheen are correct. Charlie Sheen is an amazing person. He's an individual that speaks the truth, and now hopefully things will come full circle, and all the fans will get what they want, and that is to see Charlie. Let's not forget what this is about. This is about him entertaining this country with his talent, and he's one of the best, or probably the best at what he does right now. And so I think they're all smart enough to realize that, and this will hopefully all have a happy ending here, and that's what America wants, and that's what America deserves. Yeah,
I don't want to say too much, but there may be some really positive row-ending events coming up very soon.
Yeah, it possibly could. You know, I mean, look, Charlie right now is a guy that is probably the single hottest human on the planet. I mean, I think he started a Twitter account, which I think was your idea, by the way, Alex. And I think he went through the rails and then hit over 1 million people on his first day out. Yeah, it's 1.5 million right now in a day and a half. Yeah, it's now in the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, it's going to be. And so, Alex, that means you should be in the Guinness Book with him because that was your idea. Anyways, I'm waiting for ideas from you to tell me how to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. Well, I've got another idea that if Charlie does, it'll be even bigger. But we'll see. I don't want to push him too hard, but he's certainly doing a great job on that front. Now, people want to hear about Charlie a little bit. We're going to go to break here in a minute and then finish talking about that and get into your. You've got a great old website showing in the last year your defeat of J.P. Morgan, your defeat of the SEC, the actual documents. You're opening your life up to everybody. You're showing people how that you beat them, and it's exactly what other lawyers I've had on who've been beating them have said, and that's right. What's really you're at the heart of causing Mortgagegate. Where they set you up, you're now exposing it. We're going to talk about that. But without getting into too much about what we talked about last night with Charlie, in that hour-and-a-half discussion, when I knew him, he was focused, smart, but now he really is unchained. And he mainly jokes around in those interviews, and people take it serious. But in person last night, he was like a laser beam. And every idea we had, he was already a couple of steps past us. But again, folks, well, there's some, I mean, obviously, we just can't talk about it. We know basically everything, but we can't talk about it. And I wish we could, but we're going to see what happens. Sounds good. I mean, is there anything we can talk about? I guess we really should. I mean, look, the thing we can talk about is, the first thing is I got hit by a lot of pitches, but not that many. So let me name my website. It's stopthegreedybanks.com. And then, so everybody could kind of know, last time I was on the domain name was a little bit different. So, again, longer. Alex helped me again, and that's, again, stopthegreedybanks.com. But the bottom line is with Charlie, here's the deal. The deal is this. At the end of the day, somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. So Charlie talks about winning all the time because he's a winner. So that's what's going to happen. That's the only thing I can tell you that's going to happen, is that if he wins, then America wins, okay? And the bottom line is, like you said, Alex, I mean, you had him on the show, and, Charlie wanted to say his piece, and he did. But again, now everything's coming full circle. It's time to get back to work, and I think Charlie's a smart enough guy to realize that. In fact, I know he's smart enough because I was with him all day yesterday, and he's a genuine, dear friend, not only to me, but to you, and he's the kind of friend that you can count on your hand, because you don't have many of those that are loyal. So anyway, without further ado, I'll let you go to your break, but I'll just point out again, there should be some positive stuff happening here in the future, very near future, in fact, and why wouldn't there be? I mean, it's a win-win for everybody, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. The results are what matters, winning, okay? That's what the key is. Well, plus, he stood up against the whole Hollywood system, and if he loses, it hurts everybody standing up against this system. There are a lot of other big Hollywood people thinking about going political and coming out of their shells.
And so a lot is riding on this. But I want to get back to your website, and we're going to put it up on screen as we go to break. It's a beautiful website. The information is all of your cases, the documentation, the court cases, all laid out for everybody. And the website is stopthegreedybanks.com. That's stopthegreedybanks.com. Go see the proof of Lenny, also known as Nails, defeating J.P. Morgan, defeating it for everybody out there with these predatory lenders. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Becoming a modern smoker is now easier and more cost-effective, thanks to LeSig. Traditional smokers the world over love LeSig. E-cigarettes with a look, feel, and taste of real cigarettes, but without the nasty smoke, ashes, or stains. LeSig is powered by revolutionary microelectronic technology. A small rechargeable battery and unique replaceable cartridge provide all the satisfaction and benefits of smoking without the smoke and all the hazards. See the large variety of LeSig e-cigarette supplies and accessories at LeSig.com. That's LECIG.com. LeSig is competitively priced, comes with the best customer service, a 30-day warranty, and satisfaction guaranteed. What a great gift idea. For a 10% discount, mention GCN when you call 870-518-4307. That's 870-518-4307. Ask for fast, free, same-day shipping. Order online at LeSig.com and use promo code GCN at checkout. That's LECIG.com. LeSig, for today's modern smoker.
America, you've been warned. For weeks, we've been warning you about a single event we believe will happen in the next 12 months that will shake the very foundations of our nation. We've told you about the video that details this shocking prediction. So far, over 6 million people have watched this free video online. Have you? Again, this big event has nothing to do with war or the stock market, yet it could change everything about your normal way of life. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your family. Could this really happen? Well, the man who created this video has been right about many predictions in his career. He was among the first to predict the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. If you haven't taken time to watch this free video, do it right now. You may never think about America the same way again. You can find the free video at endofamerica3.com. Again, that's www.endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds could become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
For many of you who may not know who Lenny Dykstra is, the website stopthegreedybanks.com. One word, stopthegreedybanks.com. We'll put it up on screen for prisonplanet.tv viewers so they can see the URL as well, or they can call 800-728-4981 for information. The whole site has how he's beaten them repeatedly now, and we're going to walk through that. In fact, Lenny, I want you to take us back, after I play this clip, to your laptop open, because I wanted to see the information. Charlie and I and you for 2 hours of that 8-hour meeting or whatever it was, they're going over all your documents, the mirrors, the fraudulent filings, the scam that is the bankruptcy courts, how they changed your bankruptcy, what they're doing to millions of Americans. But first, here's Lenny a few years ago, before the banks shut him down. Here's what the National News and Jim Cramer had to say about his stock picks, which the scoreboard doesn't lie. He was making great picks. Here it is.
And just in case you're thinking that nobody who sounds like Yogi Berra can be that successful in the world of high finance, don't take my word for it.
I think people don't think of Lenny as sophisticated. But I am telling you, Bernie, that not only is he sophisticated, but he's one of the great ones in this business. He's one of the great ones.
Lenny Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra. Lenny Dykstra.
Lenny
Dykstra. I know. It's like Lenny Dykstra. Now, come on, Jim. Lenny Dykstra. Yeah. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Kramer.
All right, folks. So we've got a few minutes here before we go to break. Long segment coming up. But, Lenny, break down what happened to you in a nutshell. Then we'll go into more detail, what the banks did to you. And then when we come back, you're the underdog, came from nowhere as this top slugger, underdog, doing great in the stock market. Then they shut you down. Now you're back beating them in court, the underdog winning again, rising like the phoenix.
Well, let me just make something clear. Jim Cramer is the only one that's been right. By the way, I'm still going. My nailsinvestments.com, I'm now 205-0, okay? That website, that company that I have where I help people make money through stock picks is still going today, okay? I didn't get stupid overnight, okay? Bottom line is, I got put in a situation where I was set up to fail by J.P. Morgan, okay? And at the end of the day, when they want you to fail, it's called equity stripping, it's called predatory lending, whatever you want to call it. You can't beat them, okay? I didn't get stupid overnight, okay? I did not get stupid overnight. When they promise you one thing and do another, then that's a problem, okay?
Well, in a nutshell, describe how you went from the top of the world to being in trouble. Now you're back.
It's very simple. When they tell me, here's the deal. Let me in a nutshell. I tell them I have $125,000 a month coming in from cash flow that I sold my car washes and had a 10-year cash flow stream.
You made $54 million off the car washes.
Right. I was carrying some paper and I took some interest on a note to pay me $125,000 a month. And then again, not that smart of a guy, but smart enough to know if I got $125 and I tell them I got a $50,000 nut on one house, there's $75 left. Well, I don't want to go up to that $75. I tell them if you bring me a loan back for $49,000 as a payment, no money down, then we can do business. Well, guess what? I show up at escrow. They change all the deals. They tell me how they're going to refi me. The same stuff. People don't want to hear the long stories. The bottom line is... No,
people need to hear how they do it because you've now beaten them in court.
Well, here's how they do it. They set you up to fail. It's called predatory lending at its finest. It's gone so far now that I now can show people, I can show the American families out there that are walking around in impending doom. I mean, if anybody, all the people out there listening, I know what they feel like. I know what it's like when you're walking around with nowhere to turn, nowhere to go. Well, I now have a solution. I now have a remedy where you can go in and seek recoupment and then lessen the defeat by these bankers. Because once they file a proof of claim, you now are on defense. They take the offensive mode. And the bottom line is through TILA, through RESPA, and HOPA, the bottom line is it's very simple. They're set-off claims. If they didn't do everything right, if they didn't qualify you under federal law, they have a fiduciary duty to do so. If they didn't do everything perfect, then you have claims and you have real options to get your house back or to get to lessen the defeat and recover money. Period. End of story.
And we're going to walk through that when we come back from break because on your website, stopthegreedybanks.com, one word, stopthegreedybanks.com, I spent hours when I got back. You've got all the court cases, the documents. We're going to break here in a moment, but tell them about how the latest case where you beat J.P. Morgan, showing how they didn't do things right in the loan.
Well, I mean, with J.P. Morgan, I have a great attorney. His name is Moshe Mordner out of New York. And he's one of the attorneys that what we do is once we find that the loan's predatory, okay,